Now let's listen to Mr. Himanshu Srivastava, Senior Manager, Southern Region at National Stock Exchange of India Limited, Bangalore, Karnataka, while he speaks on access to capital and future financing opportunities. Over to you, Mr. Himanshu.
Good evening, all. So first of all, thanks a lot for giving us your valuable time, and thanks a lot to Mr. Santosh from CIM MSME for organizing this session. Already, sir have covered very well the contribution of MSME in growth of Indian economy. So whether we will talk about exports, we will talk about employment, we will talk about contribution in terms of GDP, until unless MSMEs are not going to grow, India as a country, we are not going to grow. So with that, as Gopinath sir have already told, Praveen sir have already told, there are lots of steps which is taken by state government bodies. There are lots of steps which is taken by central government bodies to support and promote MSMEs. Likewise, so as you know, I'm part of NSE. So NSE is an organization which is working as per the guideline of SEBI, which is our regulatory body. Now, we have discussed about the role of MSMEs in growth of the country. Now, what is the major challenge? Okay, so MSME, people from MSME segment, they are here, so they might be agree on this point. Today, the major challenge any one of the MSMEs are having, that is three. One is funding. Another one is a caliber employees to support them to, whatsoever they are having in mind to make it happen. And third one, a visibility. Because let's say, okay, so session is about funding, but saying frankly, I'm not only gonna talk about funding, because funding is something you can go to your respective bank, they'll be the right one to help you out if it is only about the funding. So we are going to talk about a platform which is going to help to MSMEs in all the aspects. Okay. So when we are talking about the first thing, which is about the funding. So how it's going to help you in terms of the funding, the platform which I'm going to discuss. So funding is something which is required. Let's say I am having a great idea. I want to do anything, but to make it happen, I need funds. That's a basic line. Now, second one, let's say I have received the fund because of my internal accruals, because of my family, friends, my respective banks with support of government bodies. Now, the second thing is I need a good team to work on the idea which I am having to make it happen. Okay, or to create a product which is gonna tomorrow, which is gonna create some additional help to the society. And third one, let's say I'm having good employees, I'm having funding in place. But what if beyond certain area, let's say if I'm a company which is based out of Peenya, now I am having all the resources, but let's say somebody who's, let's say, based in another part of the country, maybe somebody in Gujarat, UP, East, or Mumbai, if they are not aware about me, or let's say beyond their territory, if I'm talking about somebody who's in another part of the world, maybe US, European countries, if they are not knowing about it, so I will not be able to reach out to them. So that's a challenge which is about the visibility. So to address all these things, SEBI, they wanted to have a separate structure for listing of MSMEs in India. Today, when we are talking about IPO, when we are talking about listing, first thing which will come in our mind, okay, this is something which is for big corporate. Tomorrow, if I need a funding like 100 CR, 500 CR, 1000 CR, 10,000 CR and all, that point of time, I'll think about listing as an option. If I need maybe 4 CR, 10 CR, 15 CR, then IPO cannot be even an option to consider. Okay, so that is the notion. So today, this platform, which is known as NSE Emerge, the name itself says Emerge, it's a platform for a company which is having a potential to move on the ladder from small to medium and medium to large corporate. Now, what is this platform all about? So, way back 2010, 18th May 2010, SEBI gave us a mandate to have a separate platform for listing of SMEs. So that's where 13th March 2012, NSE introduced a separate platform for the listing of SME entities. Now, what is this, firstly, what is a parameter when I'm saying SMEs? So SMEs, we don't look at companies' investment in their official equipment or plant and machinery or turnover. There are three basic things which we check. One, firstly, company should be in existence for a period of 3 years or more. Second one, out of this 3 years, they need to have a positive cash accruals for a period of 2 years. I'm not talking about any numbers. I'm not saying that, so for example, at main board, if you want to go, you need to have an average profit of 15 CR. But at SME, there's no number. As long as it is positive, as long as it's not negative, it is okay. So you need to, out of 3 years, you need to have a positive cash accruals for a period of 2 years, and your net worth should be positive. Simply, if you are fulfilling these three basic criteria, you are eligible to approach exchange for listing at our SME platform. Moving on top of these three criteria, SEBI is having one criteria that is pertaining to the paid up capital of the company without reserves. Okay, so any company whose paid up capital is up to 25 CR, I'm not talking about again turnover, I'm only talking about the paid up capital. If if it is a private limited company, you must be knowing, or limited company, there is a paid up capital. If your paid up capital is anything less than 25 CR, then you can approach exchange for listing at SME. This is on top of our criteria. Now there is a quick bifurcation. If your paid up capital is anything up to 10 CR, okay, it can be even 5 lakhs, it can be 10 lakhs. So your company can approach exchange for listing at SME platform only. If your paid up is anything between 10 to 25 CR, then you can approach both the platform. You can go for main board also, you can go for SME platform also. More than 25 CR, you cannot approach SME platform. So that's the reason I told very simply, as long as your paid up is not exceeding 25 CR, you can approach exchange for listing at SME. Now, when we are talking about paid up, so again, there is a thing which will come in our mind, okay, this is for a private limited company, which means if I'm a proprietorship company or partnership company, I cannot even think, because there is no paid up. So nothing like that. Even a private proprietorship or partnership company can also approach exchange for listing. Then there are intermediaries who will help them for their respective process. Now, moving on to share with you how this platform is working as of now, couple of data. As of now, at our SME platform, we are having close to 258 companies listed. Yes, numbers are less. But as on date, we are having 258 companies listed with us with a market capitalization of more than 40,000 CR. What is market capitalization? If I'm a listed entity, if I'm having 10 shares, each shares is worth of 10 rupees, which means my market cap will be 100 rupees. Okay, so market capitalization is more than 40,000 CR. Total fund which is raised by all these companies which are listed is more than 4,200 CR. Now the point is average issue size. As I told, we are talking about SME, we are not talking about main board. Here we are seeing companies with a small IPO size of 4 CR, 5 CR also. Now average issue size of all these companies which are listed with us is around 16 CR. Okay. Now we are having companies from different sectors. There are almost close to 21 different sectors from where we are having companies listed with us. Now one of the beautiful feature of this platform, now once you are listed at exchange SME platform, a subject of completing 2 years at SME platform, we will give you option to migrate from SME to main board. Okay, there is no additional effort. There are 2 to 3 things we will check at the time of migration once you will apply, and smoothly you can migrate, and it's an option. Okay, so we will open doors for you. Whenever you are convenient, you can migrate. Okay, so we are happy to share, out of this 258 companies, already more than 110 companies have migrated from SME to main board. So otherwise you can see, okay, approaching exchange directly at main board, people are finding very tedious process. So it is kind of a baby step towards main board. Now again, to understanding the limitations of SME regulatory body, they have done certain changes in terms of the listing criteria. Now, with regards to the listing, the basic, a couple of points, major points I'll cover. Probably we can have a discussion later where I'll take you through the platform in detail. Now, any company which is willing to come up with the IPO, they will have to liquidate minimum of 25% shares. So, as a promoter or director of the company, post listing, I can hold maximum up to 75%. 25% shares you will have to liquidate, which will go to the investors. Now, for this 25% shares, you need to have a minimum of 50 allottees. Okay. If you'll compare it with main board, at main board you need to have a minimum 1000 allottees. Okay. So 50 allottees is what is the requirement. Now you may say, Himanshu, you are talking about listing at exchange. Okay, my company is there, I'm having potential. My company is, let's say, XYZ Private Limited. My company is well known in my area with my supplier, buyer, within my circle, within my association. But tomorrow if I'm coming up with an IPO and a retail investor is not even aware about me, then after doing the entire process, if nobody is there to subscribe for my IPO, it's not like a big name of, let's say, LIC or Adani, Wilmer and all. So as my company is not known to the investors, what if nobody is applying? Entire effort is waste. So yes, this is a genuine question. So to address that, regulatory body, they have created a guideline that for SME IPO, 100% underwriting is compulsory, which means you need not to worried about whether your IPO will be undersubscribed or it may go fail. If any company is opening IPO at SME platform, so 100% underwriting has to be there. It's a mandate. Okay, so there are bodies who will, even before opening your IPO, they'll make sure that your 100%, your IPO has to be successful. Okay, so that is one criteria, which is not there in case of main board. Now, second one, you may say, okay, because of 100% underwriting, I got the investors. Now, what if tomorrow these investors wants to exit and nobody is trading for my shares? Okay, so for that, again, there is a guideline of 3 years market making. Okay, it's a compulsory. So what is market making? It is there, market making is there to provide or create a liquidity for your shares. Now your company is listed at exchange SME platform. You may say, Himanshu, it is listed at SME exchange SME platform, but all big players, okay, they are coming for trading of all the main board listed companies, and they will not even get to know that I am a listed entity. So the thing is, whether you are listed at main board or you are listed at SME platform, the trading of your shares are going to be there at a same terminal. Okay, the only change is script. Here you can see SM in front of, let's say, Himanshu Limited is a SME listed company. You can see in front of me SM, and main board, when you are seeing Tata, you can see as a EQ. Okay, so regardless of main board or SME, your shares are being traded as a same platform. Now this is about the criteria. There are a couple of other things like quarterly submission is there in case of main board, everybody is aware. But in case of SME platform, quarterly submission is not required. It is half yearly. You don't even have to publish your results. Sharing your results is good enough at your particular communication, your website. Now what is the benefit of getting listed? So as I told you to start initially only, there are 3 things what you can expect when you are getting listed. One, okay, my company is having potential. You can directly reach out to the, through IPO, you can reach out to the investors. Anybody who's interested in your company, they can invest in your company. Okay, so it's a good and efficient way of fundraising. Today we keep on talking about, value creation. So this is the platform for you to create a value, move from tax saving to value creation model. Second one, once you are listed, you can offer your shares to your employees in terms of e-shop. So what you can do, let's say you want to attract a good talent from market, somebody who's having a rich experience, somebody is CA, passed out of from premium colleges. They are asking for heavy salary. They are having certain demand. So you must have seen a practice where what people are doing, they are giving them, let's say, if they are expecting, let's say, 40 lakhs as a package, they are saying, okay, I'll give you 20 lakhs, rest I'll give you e-shop. Okay, now e-shop is a good way to retain them for a tenure, because these e-shops will come with a certain terms and condition. Now apart from that, tomorrow, as I told, your company is listed at exchange, your trading is done at a same terminal, so it's a good visibility tool for you. A retail investor, when your company is performing, it's a eye-catching. They can see, okay, this company being listed at SME, it's doing good. Tomorrow, when you are going globally, you are talking to any company, any customer in US, European country, any part of the world, when the time when you are saying I'm a listed entity, which means you are a transparent company. They don't have to basically get into the third party verification. They know they'll put the name of your company, they'll get a basic details about your organization. Now to sum up, as we are running short of time, uh, what you can also see, NSE, you might have heard about index, okay? So there is something known as Nifty 50. Nifty, Sensex, this common word. So the way Nifty 50 is there, likewise for SME listed companies, we are having something known as Nifty SME Emerge, okay? So SME Emerge is a separate index for SME listed company. Uh, just to share with you, January 2020, this index was at close to 1340 levels. Today, if you'll check at Google, this is more than 5,000. If I'm not wrong, it is around 5,626 as closed on Friday. Okay, so this is a good platform. Feel free to reach out to exchange. Okay, we keep on we are trying our best to reach out to the people. There are lots of potential companies, they are not even aware about it. With support of, with sir, we have done a couple of events during COVID also. Okay, we are having MOU signed with close to 12 to 13 state government bodies, including government of Karnataka. So our intent is that companies should know. Now, if it is right time for you, or tomorrow, let's say a year, 2 year down the line will be a right time for you, that you can decide it's your company. But yes, it's a good way of moving on the ladder at a faster pace. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Himanshu Srivastava, for letting us know about the opportunities in NSE for SMEs. And thank you so much for all the support you have been giving to CA, MSME, and GCPA till now. Next.